Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having, hang on, got to do the lip check. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day so far. Now quickly let me address the elephant in the room. If you're going to go hiking on the hottest day of the year, just, I don't know, go naked. That's my advice to you. This is what we're dealing with, so sorry about it. But back to today's video. Today I'm going to be sharing with you steps I feel as we get older we should not be skipping from our makeup. Now, I just want to start off with my usual disclaimer. Who am I to tell you to do absolutely anything? You do whatever you want to do and don't do whatever you don't want to do. It's none of my business. I'm just here for those of you who are wanting to pick up some of my tips and tricks I've learned over the years, or things that when I do them, I think, why don't I do this every time? It's more flattering, it makes a difference, and there's steps in my makeup routine that I really just don't credit that make the most amount of difference enough, because whenever I remember to do them, I'm like, I need to do this every time I do my makeup. And they are underrated steps I feel like so many of us skip, and they are super flattering as we age, on more mature skin, more mature eyes, and they make all the difference for like literally 2 seconds. Each of these steps takes less than 10 seconds, I'd say. So the first step that I feel like, be honest, how often do you do this? Be honest. Because I definitely feel like some people watching this will be like, I do all of this, Charlotte. What are you talking about? I know there's going to be lots of you who do all of these things, but I feel like the majority of us are going to be like me, where we probably know these things make a difference or look better or suit us or emphasize features, but we skip them because they're little things that, you know, you can take or leave them. They're not necessities. They feel like they're not necessary, and that they're maybe a waste of time, or they're something, a luxury to do, you know, on a special occasion, but actually they take seconds, moments, and they make a huge difference. So be honest with me in the comments section how many of these you do like every time you do your makeup or regularly do your makeup. Step number 1 is carving out your cheek area, or cleaning up your cheek area, however you'd rather phrase it. So I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury airbrush powder. Now all you want is essentially a powder that's like slightly lighter than your foundation, or at least the same, definitely no darker. And what you're going to do, this is my Inochige, however you say it, Pro. I have no idea how you say the name of this brush, from Sonia G. And you're just literally going to put this to the top of your ear and drag it down. And that's all you're going to do. Now, I've not got a huge amount of bronzer on today and I haven't contoured, but this instantly gives me like the most natural contour of life. It lifts my cheek, it stops my bronzer and cheek products in general from coming too far down. You can do it this way as well. You can see already how I just don't do anything right whatsoever. But it just gives you that instant, natural, very, very soft, subtle contour, and it cleans up, it stops your bronzer products or cheek products from coming too low down and dragging your face down with it. Me especially, because I have a longer face shape, I've got a long oval shape to my face, and if I am not careful, my bronzing products, everything kind of just travels down beyond where I want it to, and that makes my face look longer, drags everything down. But when I do this, it lifts everything back up. It gives me a cheekbone I didn't have there, and I don't have to contour, I don't have to go in with cream contour, I don't have to spend an extra amount of time. It's literally a dab in some powder and it just cleans that edge up, and it makes all the difference. The next step that I'm pretty good at doing recently is liner, a nude or a cream coloured eyeliner in your lower waterline. I have done it today already, but it is a little faded because it's been on for hours. So let me just top up to show you. So this is BCC by Milk, and it's just an instant awakening to the eye. I mean, you can even see the difference there. This eye has liner on, it's just not as freshly applied as this one, and I've just built this side up, but you can see it just massively wakens the eye up, lifts the eye. And for me, my eyes, and particularly like my waterline, get really red these days. Like I really notice they're quite red, these waterlines. So once I do that, everything is brightened and awakened, and it just looks fresh. It makes my eyes look whiter, makes everything just look more alert and awake. Lipstick literally all over my teeth. I mean, who would I be if that wasn't the case? I'm going to stay zoomed in now because this next little cheeky trick, well, in fact, the next couple of cheeky tricks are eye focus. Our eyes are always like a major focus, but I feel like as we age, that is one of the areas that it starts to show the most. Things like lines, things like hoods, things like sagging skin. And there's lots of ways that you can kind of help yourself out a little. And one of the biggest differences that I notice is colouring, adding shadow to the lower lash line. Like I did this today, and I use this pencil is just it for me. It's this pencil brush number 26 from Rephr, with a little bit of whatever your transition shade was that you used on your eyes, and smoke that under your lower lash line. Guess what? It hides all those lines under there are hidden, camouflaged by that eyeshadow. You can't see them, you're just colouring them in as if they're not even there, and they're hidden, they're camouflaged with eyeshadow. It's genius. Don't just leave them there hanging out, colour them in, cover those bad boys up. It's a piece of cake. It's very, very easy. It takes 2 seconds, and suddenly 5 years younger. What lines? No lines. We don't know her. We've no lines here, just some eyeshadow. Something else I found that makes a huge difference to me is keeping a bone coloured shadow in my top drawer, and without fail, every time I do my makeup, making sure I highlight my brow bone. So you need to find a shade or an eyeshadow. It could be a powder, whatever you choose to use. It's either a satin or a matte, and it's like 2 or 3 shades lighter than whatever your skin tone is. So this is Trompe L'ol by MAC for me, and this is my P06 RF from Bristles Beauty, and I literally just right there, right on the top of my brow arch, I'm going to do a little of this. You don't want to go too far this way, too far that way. You just really want to hit the high point there, and then I flip my brush over just to give it a bit of a blend. You don't need to blend too much. The point is to give yourself quite a decent highlight, and it doesn't have to be, people think of brow bone highlight and you think, oh, it's a shimmer, but you don't, it really doesn't need to be. It's literally just highlighting with the shade, a little brightener, if you will, and it's just like an instant brow lift, an instant lift to the brow with just a little hint of shadow. Once you've found your colour that works for you, just keep it in your top drawer. Maybe I should even this one up. I feel like I look bonkers. But yeah, I feel like once you've found the right colour, this is just, it becomes like a necessity, because you can really see it's an instant brow eye lift, instant awakener, instant few years off, instant finishing step that just really does make a big difference. Instantly more awake, more lifted, more youthful. Just, yeah, surgery with a little pot of eyeshadow. And my last tip is for the lips. This is one of the things that I have really noticed the most as I'm aging in the last maybe 5 or so years, that I am losing all the definition of my lip line. Like, I don't have much of a lip line anymore. It's kind of hard to see where my lips start and finish. Whereas it used to be, you know, maybe 10, 15 years ago, there was a crisp lip line there. And obviously I don't have lip filler or anything like that. But if you did have lip filler, that's something that you can treat with lip filler. That you can literally have your lip line redefined by lip filler. But for me, I don't have lip filler. I don't necessarily want to use lip filler, but I can still give myself a really defined, crisp lip, and I can add fullness, I can add shape, I can change the shape using lip liner. So often I don't use lip liner, and whenever I do, I think, why don't I do that more often? It doesn't have to be, I feel like people hear liner and they think of that like 90s super dark line with much lighter nude lip combo. It doesn't have to be like that. I've got liner on today and it's basically the exact same shade. Well, it is the exact same shade as the lipstick and gloss because I'm wearing my ribbon kit from Lisa Eldridge. So this is her ribbon liner, lipstick and gloss that I'm wearing today. And using the liner first, I was just able to give myself that really crisp line that means no bleeding into lines around the lips, and it means I've got that crisp defined lip shape that looks super youthful, and it also just a very easy guideline to applying lipstick. You know, my lips are not perfectly symmetrical, they have a very pronounced cupid's bow, and they are losing volume and losing definition. A lip liner takes 10 seconds, especially once you get the trick of it and you get the knack of it and you get a bit of practice, and it just gives you back the lips that you had 15 years ago. So there you have it. Those are my top 5 makeup steps you should not be skipping over 30. They take seconds and they have an instant lifting, youth injecting vibe to them. Please let us know if you have any of these little tips and tricks and things that you think, you know, everybody skips this step, but it really has a massive impact, and it just makes such a difference for spending a couple of seconds here and there, or even dropping something else. Sometimes I'll skip lower lash mascara and just do a lower waterline liner, and it will make much more difference, and I'll look much more awake for having replaced that step with another. But please let us know what your tips and tricks are in addition to these in the comment section down below. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, and I would love to see you in the next one. Otherwise, take care for now. Bye 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 bye. This is lipstick on my teeth this entire time. Only me.